Hello, friends. I am excited or looking forward to this much needed yin yoga session with all of you. If you're new here, I'm Coach Lauren Lewis, and I do yin yang style of training. So if you've seen other videos of mine, I'm loud and lifting weights and coaching you through strength training. And that's that very yang energy that we are expressing in those workouts. But I also know that the yin side needs to be tapped into as well, that yin energy that's very much about stillness, finding stillness in the body and the mind. So that's why I also offer yin yoga as part of my YouTube offerings. So, oh man, y'all. I have been just kind of chasing and seeking. I don't know about any of you out there, but I just feel like I'm always trying to strive and accomplish something in my life, and I can't just be. I always have to be looking forward to something or working towards something. And maybe these YouTube videos are kind of that. Something in me is wanting to make something happen. And if nothing is happening, I feel uneasy. And I don't know why I can't just be and be okay with just what things are the way they are now. And so I'm here to tell you that I'm still struggling on my spiritual path. And I'm not this guru, that's very like this wise sage. I am still trying to understand what my place in this world is and who is my true self. And so when you see me in these yang videos and, I'm looking kind of buff or whatever when I'm lifting weights, I used to care about that so deeply, about what my body looks like. And it's only been in the last few years that I've started to let go of what I appear like on the external, because I know that's not who I truly am. And so I really want to share this message with you, whoever ends up watching these videos, that yes, I'm a fitness trainer. And yes, you can go watch a million of us online that is telling you how to work out and how to lose weight. But I want you to know that I'm not about the body, even though it appears that way when I'm working out and lifting weights and jumping around. I love expressing myself in that way. And I love helping others move and feel strong. But in the last few years, I've gone on this spiritual journey to realize that I am more than the body. And it's a hard realization if you've been so identified with the body. I will say yin yoga has really led me in a lot of ways to that realization, because it gives you the space to be still. And so we're going to get into the practice here today. This yin yoga session, we are going to be targeting the low back and the hips. But I also want you to still the mind and maybe even do some self-reflection here about what are you chasing? What are you seeking? And realize that you don't always have to be seeking or chasing. And the wise spiritual teachers say, don't be chasing at all. Don't be seeking anything. You are already complete. You have already arrived. And I know that's so difficult to believe when our world, our society tells you to keep grinding, keep pushing, keep striving. And I don't know about you, but I'm tired. I'm tired of doing that. And so my hope is with these videos is that I show you that there's other people that don't buy into that message anymore. And it's time to find stillness. And at the same time, we can still express ourselves in these outwardly physical ways, like lifting the weights and working out hard and challenging the body and the mind in this way. But it's not the way. So hope that all makes sense. I'm trying to articulate what has been inside of me for so long that I've been wanting to express outwardly to an audience. So today's yin yoga practice, I want you to not only find stillness, but I also want you to find who you truly are. And maybe it won't happen in this session. It takes a while. It takes a while when you're on this spiritual path of really figuring out who you truly are. If anything, you're going to get your hips nice and loosened up. And if you've got low back tightness, this will help as well. So that's a plus with yin yoga. Yes, we can get all spiritual and deep. But if your body's like, I just need some relief and some stretching, yin yoga provides that as well. Remember our 3 principles with yin yoga. It is to always find your edge. So meaning we don't go past a stretch too far in the stretch. We look for about a 5 on a scale from 1 to 10. We try to find that sweet spot. We don't want to overexert ourselves here in the yin yoga practice. We want to find the stretch and stay there for a while. Once you find your edge, then we are going to hold the pose. Today, I'm going to bump us up to about 3 minutes for each pose, mostly 3 minutes. And then we want to find stillness as our last principle. Just find stillness in the body and in the mind. And can't you tell I have a hard time finding stillness myself? So get your mat, find a comfortable place without any distractions, get the phone out of the room, wherever you may be, and let's get into this. I also have some props that I'm going to be using. We're going to go into a pretty deep hip opener, and I will be using both blankets. But if you got some pillows, some couch cushions, pillows, throw pillows, that would be ideal as well. Let's try to use as many props as possible. If you don't have yoga blocks, books, and let's get into it. Okay, find your seat, comfortable seat. We're going to start with seated meditation, and we're going to be here for about, I want to say 5 minutes, just so we can get centered, find the breath. And so find a comfortable spot on the floor. Relax the shoulders away from the ears and start focusing on the breath. Relax the face, relax the jaw. Release all tension from the forehead. Breathing in and out through the nose. Find that stillness within you. If the mind starts to wander, no problem at all. Just come back to the breath. Release tension through the neck. As you breathe in, see if you can fill the belly first, expanding the rib cage. We'll be here for about 1 more minute. Just our seated meditation to start our session. You can release chin to chest. Just let the head hang in these last 30 seconds of our seated meditation. Go ahead and bring the head back up to center. You can open the eyes, but keep your gaze nice and soft and relaxed. We're going to go into our first yin yoga pose. I'm going to have you go right to the floor on our backs, and we are going to do knee to chest. We're going to do 3 minutes on each side. Again, we're trying to target low back today. And so with this one, all we're going to do is hug the knee, 1 knee at a time toward the chest. And we're going to keep the other leg out nice and straight. To make it a little less of a stretch, you can plant the other foot on the floor and keep the knee bent. But we will be here for now 3 minutes. Close the eyes and we will start now. Just hugging the shin and drawing the knee toward the chest. Focus on the breathing, your inhales and exhales, in and out through the nose. have about 1 more minute left. See if you can sink more into this, releasing the hips, releasing the low back. Go ahead and release that leg and lengthen it. And now we will switch over to the other side, other leg, for knee hug. Knee to chest starts now on the other side. One side might be tighter than the other. That's to be expected. Just take note of that. Start deepening your inhales with longer exhales. We have about 1 more minute left. Go ahead and release this leg. And since we're down here, let's just lengthen the entire body out, arms stretched overhead. Big reach. We are going to kind of wake it up just a little bit. So go ahead and roll yourself up. Take your time though. Now we're going to go into baby dragon, which is more hip opener. Baby dragon, I like to keep a blanket under my knee. Also use blocks on this one for additional support. So we're going to be taking, I didn't take my socks off. By the way, I'm not the most polished yoga instructor, and neither am I on the strength training stuff. So, okay, so we're going to use a blanket, and I like this for my knee because this gets to be too tough of a surface on my knee. So you will take one knee to start, and so you will be here. Start with whatever knee you want to. Your other knee needs to be in this 90 degrees, and the more intense pose is coming all the way down and having hands on the floor. But if you want to be more upright, holding onto blocks, you can do that. I would say don't let the head hang completely, maybe more out neutral, just right out in front. And so we are going to hold our baby dragon on one side for 3 minutes. So get into your spot and we'll get going. Baby dragon on one side starts now for 3 minutes. And close the eyes. Release all tension through the hips. I do start to sink a little bit forward with the knees wanting to come over the toes, which I find is nice for the ankle. One more minute. Go ahead and slowly come out of that. You can sit back in a child's pose for rebound. Now we're going to switch to baby dragon on the other side. I'm going to take a minute just to sit on my feet for before we move on. I did end up using the blocks toward the end of that first 3 minutes, so just know you adjust as you need. And we're going to take our time into the next pose. I love yin yoga because my life and the way I normally work out is what's next thing. And it's like, it's fine to take long pauses in between. Even when we speak, I feel like we have to be so sharp and on to the next. So that's what I love about yin yoga. You're not to do that. You're supposed to take your time. Okay, baby dragon on the other side starts now. And I'm going to start with the blocks and see if I can sink down into it as we get further into this. One minute left. Remember to find your edge and try not to go past it, although you will release as we go longer in these poses. A few more breaths here. Now let's slowly come out of that and go back to child's pose for our rebound. Letting that all sink in. Now start making your way back up, and let's talk about this next pose. This pose is the frog, which can be really intense. And I'm going to use 2 blankets for my knees. You can use pillows, you can use throw pillows. I'm not sure how people do this without any padding. So, but I've seen it done. You're also probably going to want your block or two. And if you're like, what is frog? Well, think about what a little froggy looks like. I love yin yoga. I love that they use animal names for their poses because I'm an animal lover. So, and I love frogs. So the frog, just what you think a frog would look like. This is a huge hip opener. More hips, more hips. I said this was hips and low back. So you're going to start small if you've never done this before, but the toes are flared out. See my flippers? And you're going to come into this deep hip opener. And notice that my knees then feel right, nice and comfortable on the blankets. That's why I say have pillows. It's a it's a tough one. It's a tough one. And so what I would suggest if you're like, ooh, that's too much, then go into butterfly. Come up to seated and go into heels or soles of the feet together and just work on letting the knees fall. But if you'd like to do frog, we're gonna try 3 minutes. And it's so use a block too if you want to be more elevated here. But we'll get going. So I know it takes some time to get into, so I don't need to rush there. So find your place. Make sure you have everything you need to sit into this comfortably. We are finding our edge, so it's that sweet spot of like there's a lot of stretch and sensation there, but I don't want to go past that. All right, here we go. 3 minutes. Your body may want to resist this pose right now. Your mind may want to resist. Focus on the breath. Take breaks as you need it. Always back off if it's starting to become too much. You have 1 minute left. A few more breaths. I want you to slowly come out of this pose. Take your time. Come on down, seated on your mat. I'm going to have you go into straddle next. So I'm going to come out wide with the legs. I need to leave my socks on. All right. If you do want to prop yourself up with a pillow under you or blanket, you can. Also, you can have your block right out front for this, but we're going to do a forward fold into our straddle. The baby dragon and the frog got me kind of flushed. Okay, seated straddle. We'll do this for about 2 minutes. One more minute. Go ahead and slowly make your way back up. We are now going to transition over to our backs. Take your time. The next pose we're going to do is the reclined shoelace. So we're going to come all the way down to our back. Knees are bent, feet firmly planted, and then you're going to cross one leg over the top. And so we want to get our knees in line, just stacked right on top of each other. And then we're going to draw the knee up toward the chest, and then we're going to grab at the shins and the ankle to guide that a little bit closer. And we're going to stay here for about 2 minutes. You'll feel a stretch all through your glute of the leg that's crossed over the top, so into the hip and into the glute. Couple more breaths here. And now go ahead and release, uncross the legs, feet firmly planted, and just go into little windshield wipers with the knees. Let them fall side to side. And now we'll do shoelace, reclining shoelace on the other side. So whichever leg was underneath is now crossed over the top. And then let's draw those knees toward the chest. Few more breaths here. Go ahead and release both feet down. Go back to your windshield wiper, side to side. Take your time. Now I'm going to have you go into bound angle or butterfly, soles of the feet together, or you can lengthen the legs out, and we're just going to relax here. Hands can be on the belly so you can feel that breath filling, or just leave the hands off to the side. If you're in bound angle or butterfly, I'm going to have you release that and come all the way out into corpse pose, lengthening the legs, our final pose. Come up to seated. Start wiggling the toes, the fingers. Roll out the wrists. You can now bring the feet firmly planted on the ground, knees bent. Slowly roll over to your side. Use the arm as a pillow underneath. A few more breaths here. Now slowly make your way back up to seated. And keep the eyes closed. You can get a few neck stretches in here if you want, just releasing one ear to the shoulder, finding a stretch to the side of the neck. You can rock up and down, nod up and down. Come back up to center, release over to the other side. Nodding back and forth just to loosen that tension. Come back to center. You can open the eyes. Let everything sink in. That's going to do it for our yin yoga session. Thank you for joining. Thank you for following along. I'm new to yin yoga myself and in teaching it, so this is great practice for me to film these videos. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Namaste.